Why, hello, my friends. It's me, your boy, Sir James Insane. You know, me, the guy who who's become like a reaction channel at this point. It's me. It's me. You know, I'm here on my couch. It's like 12:07 a.m. and I'm just chatting, thoughts in my mind. And I just thought, I don't know why. I don't get why. I just thought, well, maybe I should release my mindset upon, I guess, upon you guys. That sounded so fucking wrong. What I mean is, like, I should talk about it because I feel like what I'm gonna say is mainly for me, to help get me in order. But I feel like it can also help a lot of other people who are in the same position as me or who want to be. I feel like it can expand in different things for different people. So I say, why not? This video is about, like, we're gonna go through a number of different things, but I think the main point is motivation. I'm gonna try to not have as many cuts in the video to make it easy on myself, and just in general to have a just compressed thought. If you constantly see me looking down, it's because my dog is just like walking around all my cords. Coco, hey, go over there. Go to bed. Go to bed, please. Fine. Sit there. Sit. She does not listen to me. Okay. Motivation. I wanted to talk about motivation because I've been feeling, I guess, demotivated. And it's an issue that I think I've dealt with all my life, probably. It's a thing that just is me. Like, I there's very little things that I can get motivated about. I'm a very big procrastinator. I'm sure you all know, if you've been on the channel long enough, I'll say, hey, I'm gonna do this one day, and it never happens. Or it'll happen like a week later or a few days. But, you know, and that sucks because I want to take everything that I do here serious because, funny enough, I have a job. I'm sure most of you know that. And I like my job. I do. It took a while for me to find a job that I actually really liked with people that I relatively like. And it's crazy because in reality, YouTube, making videos and stuff, was one of the things that I clinged on to like the best and focused on. Like, school, no, that's not, you can miss me with that. I it's not my thing. High school, I dropped out. I'm not saying do that, don't do that. I mean, you make your own life choices, but I did that. I stopped going because I started dealing with my mental issues. I suffer with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. You can look it up. What it means is I obsess over something and then compulsively do something. It's almost like a ritual. It's weird. It's really hard to explain. But if you know what it is, then you know. Some people know it as like the thing that makes people clean a lot and shit like that, which is kind of, yeah, that is a version of it. But then there's other versions of it where, sometimes you have really bad and nasty thoughts that really get under your skin. And, everyone has that. Everyone, our thoughts are randomly, our brain just functions that way. We sometimes think shit, then we're just like, oh, what the fuck? Why am I thinking that? With OCD, I would become, it becomes very, that scenario of like thinking becomes very problematic. Very hard to deal with. And it pushed me out of school. It like kept me home for days. I developed this habit. This was my ritual of washing my hands consistently. And, in the current climate that we're in, it's not such a bad thing, right? But this was years ago. This is when I was still a teenager, and it was difficult because I didn't understand it. And I would wash my hands to the point where, like, the skin between my fingers was ripping and I was bleeding, and my hands looked terrible. I looked like a zombie almost. well, my hands did, and my face started to get the same treatment because eventually I started washing like areas around my face and stuff too. So like it got pretty bad. It got pretty out of hand. But years down the line, I've kind of learned to deal with it. Not so much, really. It's just kind of like you've grown accustomed to it, and that's also a problem. You become accustomed to something, you end up not wanting to fix it because you think it's just me. It's not a major thing. Like, I can still live day to day, but it is tough, and I do think it does assist with the struggles of like the things I do want to do, like with YouTube and stuff like that. I love doing this. I love making videos that are entertaining and things like that, and it just gets tough, because you want to constantly bring your A game. You want to make a video that's entertaining, that people are enjoying, people are hitting the like button, people are commenting, these things really push you to want to keep going. But it gets tough because that's not really how the game works. It's tough. Maybe if I was born earlier and I'd started back in like 2012 or something, I'd probably be a lot more successful than I am now. Or maybe I would have been one of those YouTubers who did really good and then died down. Well, at least I could have said I was there, But I'm trying. I'm still am. This is not a quitting video. This isn't, this is just me talking. And I'm already rambling off topic. I was supposed to be talking about motivation. So there, I said I have OCD, for those of you who didn't know, And those, just in case those of you who out there who do have it as well, at least know I know your pain. But today is Wednesday. The 13th. Well, it's technically the 14th now, I guess, because it's past midnight, but still. I was supposed to like record a bunch of videos and stuff, just make use of my time. That's always been a problem with me, is time management. And, I could pass it off as by saying like, oh man, I'm just a major procrastinator. And that could be it, but it could be something else. Maybe I have like something like ADHD or something. I don't know. But at what point do I let that make me or influence the things that I want to do, And it's tough because I'll sit there. I can be at work, I can be at home, whatever, and think of like some amazing, a great idea for a video and things like that. Really like chuckle to myself thinking of like funny shit I could say or funny concepts or ideas, and then it'll never see the light of day because I just physically can't. I can't do it. It's like the creativity, the inspiration is there, but it's not the means to do so, because I'm obviously recording a video right now, which if I'm honest with you, it's kind of hard. I guess you wanna. What the fuck am I saying? I guess okay. So I just can't really get myself to just go and do it. I don't know why. And I think it has to do with like, it's linked to, the OCD and all that stuff, all that, anxiety and all that stuff. It all kind of branches off in the same thing. It starts with like anxiety and stuff like that, and it branches off to different things, how it usually goes. And I just think that I have this constant thought or thinking mentality of like, I can't make a video until the time is right. Like, if my mood is down, I'm like, nah, I shouldn't do it. It won't feel right. But then hours pass and I don't get anything done. And then that upsets me, and now I'm in this endless, it's like a catch-22. I'm in this endless loop of just disappointment. I'm constantly disappointing myself. And some people might say, hey, go see a therapist. I don't even have health insurance, dude. Listen, I'll tell you now, when it comes to living life and doing things I gotta do in life, I'm very poor at it. A lot of things I gotta start, fixing and taking advantage of and fix, and just solving for my future. And, it's tough for me. YouTube is one of those things that I constantly can do, even if it doesn't seem as constant as I'm saying. But like, yeah, it's one of those things that I can just constantly do, and it's tough. Like, I'm supposed to be talking about motivation. Like, how do I say this? If you want to do something, and let's say, for example, you're dealing with the same issues as me, you feel like the time ain't right, brush that shit off. It's fucking hard, man. It feels like you're wearing a massive bubble jacket. If you don't know what that is, it's like massive coats for winter. It just feels like that, and it's just holding you down, and you gotta take it off. You gotta take it off, throw it on the ground, and just do what you want to do, because you'll miss your opportunity, and you'll end up feeling even worse for that. You gotta push past it. Like I said, this video is probably more for me than anything, but I hope that what I'm saying can help somebody else. I'm already kind of upset that it's 11 minutes in and I haven't gotten the whole point across, but I'm just gonna upload it as it is, because this is who I am, right? And that's another thing. I release videos. They're entertaining. I hope so. Are they entertaining? I hope. And I do that as constantly as I can. And like, the problem with that, and it's no problem with that, no. Like, a thing that you see constantly on the internet is that a lot of people invent these personas, where they'll be this character, or they'll be themselves, but they'll only show you this certain part of it. And that's fine, people can do what they want, but when does it get to a point where it gets tough for like the people who watch you and things like that to really get invested, because it's like, people constantly say, oh, this is supposed to be entertainment, it's not meant to be personal, and I get that 130%. But it's, for me personally, since this is like something I take so serious, I would rather me a good bit. I'm not saying you're gonna know every little thing about me, but a good bit. I say like that is just something I like what I do. I hope that it becomes something that I can do for a long time and live off of, because it's one of the only things I can do. Like, I guess that's the thing. Like, I can, like, the moment I realized I could sit down and make videos, be happy with something I created, like, I ran with it. Like, holy crap, I can do something and sit there for hours and do it. It's a great feeling when you find something that you really like to do, and I want to keep doing it. And it's so tough to stay motivated, whether it's because you're looking at views. That's another thing. Numbers are a big thing in this game, so you can't really avoid them, but I look past it. I go for it. If I see something that works, I keep pushing that, and I'll try to do it in my own style. I would never try to just do what people do. That's why a lot of these freaking reaction vids have like a real stupid or silly intro in them. Like, I'm giving you my version of it. It's like my version of the story, in a very mediocre package. Like, that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. It's just so hard to stay motivated, and I know there's a lot of people out there who go through this thing, and I'm going to say this is probably specifically towards content creators, but this can definitely branch out to many other things, and I know other content creators out there who, I'm sure, like, the numbers and just life and, feeling like your content may not be either at the level you want it to be or better than the next guy's. I feel like I'm rambling, but hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. It's all about motivation. It's all hopefully gonna meet up in the end. So, I know people like that. Minimer, Christian, in other words. David Leaf. Bruce the Dude. I've met a lot of cool people doing this, and that's another, damn hiccups or burps, sorry. And that's a lot of cool people that I've met doing this, and that's another thing that really keeps me invested, is that I really feel like I'm part of this community, and I just want to keep doing it. It's just so tough. But James, I'm speaking directly to you, goddammit. You need to push past your issues, man, because in the end, they're only visible to you half the time. You know, like these, and like I said, I'm saying this towards me, but it can definitely help to other people. You got to push past them as best you can, man. You got to truck them. You're a big guy. You can do a tackle, I'm sure. You know, and do what you want to do, because in the end, once you see the finished product, I'm sure you'll be happy with it, or at least content, or more importantly, other people will enjoy it and be happy with it. And like I said, I'm saying this to me, but this goes to you. Now I'm going to say it to you. Do it what you want to do. Just do it. Like Shia says, just do it. Because in the end, would you rather live with the fact that you pushed through it and, you know, kind of suffered a little bit? Or would you rather the feeling of regret afterward, along with the previous feelings you were feeling before? You know, because that regret feeling, it weighs you down more, because now you feel like you're just not in control. And that is a terrible, terrible feeling. I know a lot of people who are suffering from that. People that are very close to my heart. I'm not going to say specifically who. And I'm speaking to you as well. I will make sure you watch this video. Push past whatever it is and do what you want to do. It's not just content creating. This goes for anything. Do what you want to do, because in the end, regret is definitely the worst feeling, because regret is like, in a weird way, regret is almost like, you know, when you play a video game, an RPG, and you're given a choice. You make a choice, someone dies, or something bad happens because of the choice you made. Yeah, a lot of people do the whole, you know, save in a different save file and then load it so you can go back, but you can't do that in real life. Regret is literally a chunk of your life, a small piece that is tainted to you. You know, that's what regret is. And regret, you know, we got to move past that as well. But if there's a way we can best it in certain situations, like, you know, staying motivated and doing the things you want to do, you do it. We will always do something that we will regret. But if you can help it, if you can stop yourself from making a choice that you're going to regret, do it. You know? Stay motivated. Do what you gotta, do what you want to do. Because in the end of the day, do what you want to do as long as it's not hurting anybody. Because at the end of the day, you are you. You will be your greatest motivator, your greatest destroyer. Yeah, people got haters and shit all the time. You know, if they listen to them, then they're being brought down. But the haters aren't bringing them down, it's themselves. But at the same time, you can have a bunch of fans and people that love you, people that care about the things you do. But you may not feel loved even if they are loving you, because it's still you who has to be the one to love yourself, motivate yourself, and push yourself forward. 20 minutes and I finally got to the point. I'm sorry this is so long, but I hope you guys watch this. This goes for anyone, like I said, not just content creating, anything and everything. Do what you feel you have to do. Push yourself far. Do what you want to do in life, because at the end, we only got one. You know, and if this is all a simulation, fuck it. At least you can say you played that simulation as best as you can. You played it the way you wanted to play it. Stay motivated. Do the things you want to do, especially those creative things, because Creativity is what drives everything. It's honestly what drives humanity forward. Things like cities and all these different things all rose from a creative mind. You know, granted, there's a lot of saturation in the creative field, but you can do the exact same thing as somebody else, but still do it your way. That still brings it in a whole new playing field. Do you, everybody. Don't falter. If you fall out of love out of the thing you're doing, I guess that's fine. But if you leave it at your own terms, but don't let a lack of motivation be the thing to stop you from doing something. Force yourself to be motivated. Be your own bully, as Eminem would say. Bully yourself until you get the shit that you want to do done. Like, it's a real mindset. I'm not saying torture yourself, but like, try to push yourself. I'm not saying do it all at once. Just gradually get something done. And eventually you'll keep doing it and keep doing it. It'll become a habit, and you'll notice that you'll be able to push past the little barriers, whether it's in your mind or in reality. You can do it. I know you can. Talking to you, James, and all of you watching this. I'm talking to everybody. All right? I probably won't watch this video because I made it. But it's going to be on the channel. And I'm hoping my content creator friends or, acquaintances, anyone who finds this, I hope this helps. I hope you can use the video to help somebody else. Anything. Just, yeah. I'm sorry that it's like filled with like rambling of like my own personal issues at first, but I feel like a lot of people deal with those issues. The world it could be a very tense place, and that morphs your mind in a certain way. And we're all a part of this world. We're not in separate servers. We might be in separate countries, but it doesn't change the stress of it. So, all right, y'all. That was a little bit of my personal stuff, and I hope that my words will help motivate you to do whatever you want to do. Whether you want to do content creating like I do, and many other do it. If you want to be a writer, that's something I'm also aspiring to do. I gotta push myself forward to do that. So yeah. Thank you, everyone who watched this. It's damn near 24 minutes of me just talking, and I hope it helps. I hope you liked it, at least. I hope you liked the realness of it. And also, sorry for that damn fire alarm chirp that you probably hear in almost every video now. I can't do anything about it. Sorry, I said no cuts, but my camera stops recording every like 24 or so minutes. So, thank you, everybody who watched this. I really do hope this helped. You want to say something, Coco? Oh, okay. All right, so stay sane, play games, and above all else, remember. And I don't know if anyone really pays attention to what I'm saying there. This was inspired by Minimer. And I'm shouting people out who helped me on my channel. My username is also made by my fiance a long time ago, because my OCD was so bad that I couldn't come up with a Twitter name, so she came up with that. And I said, hey, that'll be my YouTube name whenever I start. So shout out to her. And her channel, David's channel, Minnie's channel, everyone will be listed down below. And stay sane, play games, and above all else, so above doing all that, remember, somebody loves you. Never forget that. Even when you feel like the world is bleak and you feel like no one cares about you, sometimes you may not realize it, but someone out there actually does. Maybe the person you least expect it to be, but just know they love you. Bye.